Hey YouTube, this is Zach with Achilles Financial, and we are back with a series of stocks in review. Really what I'm looking to do right now is I want to walk through a series of what options that I currently hold and how I am playing them this week. So all the stocks that you see here on the screen is all but one of my options, and I'm going to walk through just at a high level what I'm looking at for that stock, how I came to that conclusion, and at what point am I looking to buy or sell. I think it's important to note that when you are doing options trading, you have to recognize what is the end result here, because oftentimes you go in with the idea of, I hope that this hits, I hope that this becomes a multi-millionaire maker type of play, and that I put in my $20 and I walk away with $8,000. And that's really just not always the case. And if we're going to be looking at moves on stocks, what am I okay with getting out with? And the first play that I want to look at, and just as you can see over here on the right hand side, feel free to pause or look and see what I have over here for the stocks that I'm looking at. But if I want to click on Momo, this is probably going to be the only company that you may not be familiar with. This is a company which engages in digital gaming. They are a big Chinese company, so there's a lot of speculation around, is this stock actually going to stay having strong valuations, although Chinese stocks right now are absolutely killing it, despite the fact that we're seeing a lot of headwinds from the United States government. So just looking at what they've done in the past week, they're already up 20%. And at the time that I purchased them, it was actually like right here around 11 this morning, where they were coming back down off this high dip point, and then they continued lower. However, the option that I purchased was a $30 call at the beginning of next month. So my thought process there was, hey, they have all this upward momentum. They're moving very quickly. I understand this is a momentum trade. I don't really know a lot about the actual company, so I'm going to put $20 in. Now, I'm probably going to go ahead and pull this out tomorrow because, as you can see, it's currently holding at 100% valuation. So we're going to see what happens with the time decay with what we're seeing tomorrow and if it is up. But I may be pulling the plug on this one, or I may hold. It depends on kind of what we're going to open the market with. But for an unknown stock, I am going to be taking those types of flips. So with that being said, when we're looking at some of our other options, what else we're looking at, we're going to then go to Nvidia. Now, Nvidia, I've actually got 3 contracts. For those of you who have been following the channel, this is one of my all-time favorite stocks. I love Nvidia, and I think it's going to continue to be a fantastic company to invest in. I would be unsurprised to find out that they are going to be $500 by the end of this year. They may even jump that much after Q2 earnings, although they are starting to get a little bit ahead of their skis in terms of the fundamental piece, but they just are killing it over and over and over again. And you can see that they're up $15 today, right at 4%. I'd like to see this continue. And the plays that I had, I actually got these 2 at the beginning of the week. And what I did is I bought a 445 call for, I think it was $20. And as you can see, it's decayed. However, I kind of just sold a call at 450 just to kind of hold some of that value. And this was the what if play to see if it spikes this high, what could happen, how could that benefit me. And it didn't turn out well, but it only cost me like $4, so I wasn't too concerned about it. However, what I have done now is today I purchased a 440 call for next week, and that was before we saw all of this run up. Again, it was kind of hanging around the 402, 403, and I just got lucky with that bounce up. But I do think that this is going to continue. And as you can see, we're already up on this one. Nothing crazy, 20% jump, but this is just done today. I am going to see how the stock holds tomorrow because Nvidia is volatile, because they have high premiums. I am not going to be holding on to it for all day tomorrow. I can go ahead and just guarantee that now. I'm either going to sell a call to kind of lock in those profits and maybe we ride it out, or I'm just going to sell at a profit, although I'd like to see it a little bit higher. But we'll see. Again, Nvidia is a big mover. They are bouncing up right now, so we've just got to see what the options are there and what we can move. So on to the next stock we're going to be looking at. Microsoft, again, another short kind of weekly. This is going to cover earnings. What I'm looking to do with this one is cover the earnings run up. So we've got a lot of movements coming in next week. Again, right now, this one bounced up higher because a lot of tech kind of just dropped today. And I played this one when it was dropping this morning. And again, I wanted to make a play on Microsoft. They keep going up. So when I saw it down under that 210 valuation is when I made that purchase, and it bounced up at the end of the day, kind of 3 o'clock Eastern time is when that started going forward. But as you can see, we've got earnings next week. So this will cover that earnings run up. I don't know if that's going to come this week or next week, but I'm going to be watching this. I would love to see this bounce higher, but they have to continue bouncing upwards. Otherwise, we're not going to get any advantage, and we're going to lose out on the time decay, as well as the fact that could be a good way to just instantly lose, what was that, $115. So I'd like to see that bounce higher. We're going to be watching that just to see that move. For those of you who are an avid follower of the trading fraternity, you'll be familiar with TLT. This one's kind of a little bit of a hedge. Again, it cost $11, so I put $11 in it. TLT was bouncing around today. This is just, as you can see here, it is just a treasury bond, and this is a stock that is it has spiked in the past, and I just wanted to get it because again it was $11. I've got time on it for the end of the month, so this is just a what if scenario, and for $11 I was willing to hedge that bet there. So that's where that one came from. Again, I've also got a Pfizer call. I do have some Pfizer shares in my long-term portfolio. I like the company. The reason that I'm going to hold this, even though as you can see there's been some time decay associated with it, is all we need is for them to announce some positive coronavirus research and anything vaccine trial related. And if that occurs, and it is one of the companies that the government is going to be using, then I could see this stock going to $40 by the end of the month, and that would take my $54 investment into a $400, $500 return, which would be anywhere between 1,000% to 1,200%. So we'll see. We've got time on this, although not as much as I would like, and I would like some positive news on this one, but we'll see on that. So that's not a super high expectation. The Zynga call, this is the first time I've been positive in a while. So if you just look at this, it's just stayed low even though it cost me $21. But we're bouncing higher. This one I may hold until the end of the month. I need them to get in the money. And Zynga, for those of you who don't know, they are a company that does mobile gaming, and they partner mainly with Facebook as one of their big providers. And I'd like to see this momentum that you see here continue. So if we can get $11, $12, that's where we're really going to see this explode. I just don't know if they have it in them. So we don't have earnings covered here. It will be next month, and I don't have the highest expectation that they are going to blow it out of the water. So I'd like to see this get in the money, and then I'll most likely pull the plug there. The next one is what Walgreens is what we're looking at. And Walgreens announces earnings tomorrow. So you can see that here, that they are announcing earnings tomorrow, and I picked something way out of the money. And it did catch a little bit of the run up here into the end of the day. We'll see what actually happens tomorrow. I need a big money move, and the reason for that is because I picked $55 call at 9.18. And as you can see, we've already got an awesome run up, but this doesn't mean anything if they announce poor earnings tomorrow morning before the market opens, and I just get crushed there. So for $28, I thought that it was worth it, and there is a lot of time on it. So worst case scenario, I should be able to hold. Although, as you can see here, Walgreens in the past 3 months hasn't even touched $55 a share, and they haven't even been there really this entire calendar year. So that one is one that I'd like to just see it pop off tomorrow, and I will sell. But as always, we will see. And again, this is another trading fraternity play. I purchased Disney calls at 170, and this is all the way out in, where is the date for this? 10/16. So I'd like to again see this kind of bounce a little bit higher. As you can see here, we've got some return, but that's mostly coming in at the end of the day where Disney spiked higher. This is really kind of the optimism off of the parks opening back up. So those are my options list that we are looking at right now. I would like to see some explosive growth tomorrow. I think we're going to see some of that with Nvidia and Microsoft. So it's earnings season. I am excited about it. We're coming into the home stretch. We had a great first half of the year. If you have some plays, please let me know down below in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks everyone. Talk to you later.